Hello and welcome, Peacock fans, to another episode of Peacocks on the Prowl. I'm Jim Lowry, and sitting next to me today is head coach of the women's volleyball team, Aaron Nelson. Coach, nice to have you today.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Coach, this past weekend you had an away weekend. You went up to St. Cloud State. You went to Minnesota Duluth. It was a great game against St. Cloud State. Why don't you tell us about it?
Yeah, it was a rematch of an earlier five-setter that we played in our tournament in our preseason schedule, and St. Cloud's got a bunch of seniors that are kind of winding down their careers, and they're looking to finish out strong, and they started off a little bit slow. We came out like gangbusters on Friday and had a huge lead, and were able to finish off that first set, I believe, 25-11. Our offense and defense just locked them down, and they had a hard time. He tried making changes, and that wasn't helping. We just took control of that match from the beginning. Second set, same thing. I think they came out and played a little better. We outslugged them and had 17 kills, and were able to pull out a tight second set. Came out in the third and had another big lead, 14-8, and just kind of let off the gas. I think we realized that the girls thought at that point we'd done enough, and just kind of let off the gas. St. Cloud came back and played two really good sets of volleyball. We struggled a little bit, gave a few too many errors, but we're able to make a run towards the end of the fourth set to make that set competitive, and we carried some of that momentum into the fifth and played a good fifth set against them, nice and solid, and we're able to come up with a second five-set win against them, which is always is great to go on the road at this time of year, especially when we're winding down and playoff races in the mix, and so it's great to go get a road win. No matter where you are, and going to one of the big schools like that is always a challenge.
All right, Coach, and then on Saturday you had a rough one in Minnesota Duluth. Didn't go quite the way you wanted it to, but a hard-fought match nonetheless. Well, tell us about that one.
Yeah, we ran into a team that was playing some of their best volleyball of the season, even though they'd been wounded a little bit the week before, having two losses, and they were in an unfamiliar place for them in fifth place in the conference. Looking in on four teams that are playing some really good ball, and they came out in the first set and had 19 kills with no errors, and just kind of said, today is the day. We're not going to let Upper Iowa beat us. We played a pretty good first set against them, actually. We had 12 kills out of our 14 points, to stick with them, but we just couldn't stop them enough that day. And they've had a couple of kids that played really well offensively and just had a really offensive, just an offensive explosion as a team. I think they hit 550 or something on the day, and just tough matchup for us that day, and they came out and played some of their better volleyball, and it just wasn't our day on that side of things. So, we'll look to rebound and come back again this Friday and play a little bit better.
All right, Coach, now you've got another away weekend this weekend, and back-to-back away trips can't be the most fun you've had this year, but you're going to be going up to Sioux Falls first, so why don't you tell us what you're looking for in that match?
Yeah, it's another rematch of a five-setter we had earlier in the year. When we played them, they were struggling a little bit with their record, but they came out and played a really tough match against us and had us down 2-0. We were able to kind of scramble and come back and scratch out a tight third and fourth set, and then eke out a fifth set there where we weren't playing our best, and they surely were looking to get off the schneid, I think, at that point. But it's a pretty even match for us over the years. We've kind of battled back and forth, always had some tough matches with them here and there. But for us, it's a really important one, as any of them are this time of the year. But tough road trip to go there. They're playing well. The last few weeks have kind of gotten their game together. They've got the same team, basically, that we saw the first time around. They're just playing a little bit better, but as are we. So it'll be, another nice challenge on the road for a Friday at Sioux Falls.
All right, Coach, and then finishing out the weekend, you'll be at Southwest Minnesota State. So a little bit closer to the home than Sioux Falls is, which is a little bit farther away. What are you looking for in the Southwest Minnesota State match?
They're in the race for the conference title. I think they're ranked number 2 in the country right now. We've got number 1, 2, 3, and 4 in the country in the current coaches poll. So, we played them really, really tough at our place the first time around. Gave them all they could handle. Actually had leads in the first set and second set, past 20 in both those sets. Just couldn't close them out, and they're athletic, they're big, but we'll look to go in there and try and play our game like we did here. play some good defense, and see if we can, give them a run.
And there you have it, Peacock fans. That's all we have with Coach Aaron Nelson, but stay right there. We have assistant coach Lee Hardigan coming right up. And we're back, Peacock fans. Joining us now is assistant coach Lee Hardigan. Coach, nice to have you.
Thank you.
All right, now as an assistant coach here at Upper Iowa, assistant coaches everywhere are often, overlooked. It's the head coach whose name goes on everything. It's the head coach who gets introduced at the start of the games. But just as important are all of the assistant coaches and everything they do. Why don't you kind of tell us, as an assistant coach, what are your duties during practices and during games?
During practices, it's kind of assisting where need be. If we have 2 nets set up, I'm running one court as Coach Nelson's running the other court. So just kind of whatever's needed that day. It could be running drills, it could be this or that. Sometimes I'll serve over 200 balls in one practice, getting things done, but that's what the life of an assistant.
And during games, what is the assistant coach's duties during the event?
During games, I keep track of quite a lot of stuff. I'm giving serving signs to the players so they know what person we want to target or what zone on the floor we want to target for that serving rotation. I also keep track of what we're hitting out of transition, what we're hitting out of serve receive, where we're getting our kills, how we're scoring our points, if we're first to 5, first to 10, so on and so forth. If we miss serves, how many subs we've used. So I kind of have a sheet that keeps track of almost everything during the games.
All right, now as an assistant coach, you do have a different look at the team than Coach Aaron Nelson does. How do you think the team has progressed this year?
I think we've progressed pretty well. We started off the year doing well. We kind of hit a little bit of a lull, had some trouble with the Michigan teams that we played, but we're fighters. So every time that we've kind of gone up against a hard opponent, which is almost every weekend in this league, we fight through. We don't really roll over and just let teams in the top 25 take it to us. We make them battle for each and every win. So we fight and we battle and we'll get there.
And there you have it, Peacock fans. A slight behind-the-scenes look at women's volleyball. Women's volleyball will be back in action this weekend with away matches at Sioux Falls on Friday, and on Saturday they'll be at Southwest Minnesota State. You'll be able to find all the results on UpperIowaAthletics.com. Until next time, I'm Jim Lowry. Thanks for watching.